rating each of the Premier League Big Six's most expensive transfers from this summer so far. Let's start with Manchester United and Bryan Mbeumo. He obviously had a top season with Brentford and is really deserving of his move, but for the price, I do think they've kind of overpaid for him. Saying that, he will add so much threat from the right-hand side. It just depends on how well Amorim gets him, Cunha and Bruno playing together. So right now, I'll give this transfer a 7 out of 10. Now we're heading to Chelsea, and we've already had a decent look at their most expensive summer signing. Joao Pedro came in late on at the Club World Cup and made an instant impact, scoring 3 times in 2 games as they went on to lift the trophy. To be fair, maybe it's recency bias, but he looks like he could explode next season with better players around him, so that's why I'm giving it a 9 out of 10. Next, we have Spurs, and they've also spent big on a player from within the Premier League with Kudus from West Ham. Ever since he was at Ajax, it always felt like Kudus belonged at a top European club, and whether Spurs are that right now is debatable, but I do think Thomas Frank is a manager that will certainly get the best out of him. He's an elite dribbler, and I think he'll have a top season. 8 out of 10 for this one. Man City have gone out and bought one of the best midfielders in Serie A, and that's Tijjani Reinders. I think he's pretty much the perfect player to play alongside Rodri, or even replace him if he gets injured. That's not to say he's as good, but he does have traits that make him effective across the pitch, from picking up the ball in midfield or contributing in the final third. For me, it's a very smart signing, and that's why he gets a 9 out of 10. For Arsenal, they finally bought a big money striker in Victor Gyökeres. He scored a ton of goals with Sporting last season, but whether he can replicate that in the Premier League is a big question. This rating is probably the most difficult one in this video because he could genuinely turn out to be a 10 out of 10. However, right now, I think although he solves a big problem for Arsenal and he will get guaranteed goals, I'm just not convinced yet that he'll make as big of an impact that people are expecting. So this transfer is still great, but I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10. Lastly, let's talk about Liverpool and their 100 million plus man Florian Wirtz. He is arguably the best attacking midfielder in the world these days, so what more can you really say about him? It's a massive statement of intent from the champions, and what better way to say that you want to go back to back than by buying a certified world beater. Of course, this is easily a 10 out of 10 transfer.